Hudan lin-nas, who said Quran. If we look at the Makkan Quran, a lot of the time the Makkan Quran is talking about ills in the society, whether it's burying daughters alive, whether it's giving, short when you trade, mutaffifin, whether it's treating slaves in a certain way, orphans, the downtrodden people, the weak people, the vulnerable people, looking after them. So Quran comes and talks about these. As Shaykh Abdullah was saying, if you do tadabbur, you'll see the Quran is talking about the social ills in the society. And he's trying to bring the Muslims to a higher level, that don't treat people like this, don't cheat in the market, don't treat women in this way. When we look at the Muslim world today, we see the same social unethical practices seem to be very commonplace in our country. You go to Bangladesh, you go to Pakistan, you go to Egypt, whatever. As soon as you land at the airport, your heart starts palpitating because you think that guy who's standing at the border, he might ask for some, money or put you in some situation. These unethical things that are going on in our countries, the Quran comes as a guidance for us. Why have we as a Muslim Ummah going hither, thither, everywhere? Why aren't we opening up the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and looking at guidance, how we can progress, how we can develop ourselves? The Quran was revealed 1400 years ago. It's unadulterated. Every harf is in the same place. It's fresh as it was revealed 1400 years ago. But why is it that we are going all over the place other than looking at the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I just want you to just address that and then we'll open the floor, inshallah. 1 minute.
This is a deep question, but I want to read out, someone shared something today from Ubay ibn Ka'b. Ubay ibn Ka'b. He said, learn knowledge and act upon it, and do not learn it in order to adorn yourself with it. For indeed, if time becomes long for you, knowledge will soon be used merely for adornment, i.e. entertainment, just as a man adorns himself with his clothing. Sufyan al-Thawri, he said, knowledge is only learned so that Allah may be feared through it. And he also said, adorn knowledge with righteous action, but do not adorn yourself with it. I think what Dr. Naseem says is spot on in terms of how we approach knowledge. There's a lot of good in the Ummah, definitely. We're not saying that there's no good in the Ummah. But I think we are being, to answer your question, we are being influenced, especially living in the West, by ideologies around us, whether capitalism, individualism, socialism, selfism, neoliberalism, modernism, right? Of course, we're going to be affected by it. Because the same way the Prophet ﷺ, he did, what did he do in the first 13 years? Is nurture minds and nurture intellect and nurture iman, faith, aqidah, right? He changed the thinking, the cognitive, behavioral aspect of the human being, and then ahkam came down, right? And then all the different kind of rulings came down, because if the Sahaba's mind were not ready, they would not be able to receive the message. And the method, a practical method really, very, very quickly, inshallah. Abdul Rahman al-Sulami, who was a Tabi'i, he said, كَانَ الَّذِينَ يُقْرِئُونَ الْقُرْآنَ مِنْ أَصْحَابِ النَّبِيِّ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. That those from among the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who used to teach us the Quran, he said that they would teach us 10 verses, would learn them, would understand the meaning, and then we go implement them, and then we would call people to them. And then once we have done that, we'll come back for 10 more. This tadabbur way of learning the Quran. So there's one point, not disagreeing with you, I agree with you 100%. In Ramadan, I think it should be about volume. In Ramadan. Ramadan is a month where it's open bank account. Yeah, it's RBS, whatever. Allah is saying, this is my open bank account, go and take everything. So Ramadan should be about volume, right? Should be about as many khatams that you can do with understanding, definitely, right? With concentration, mindfulness. Should be about going to the mosque and praying and so on and so forth, right? But also outside the month of Ramadan, and have an intention in the month of Ramadan that I'm going to continue and learn the Quran and practice the Quran, inshallah, properly. Barakallahu feekum.